Okay guys, I promised you a retrospective, again, another video of a game that I was working on a long time ago. You can see, I don't know how much you can see right now, but let's see if we can figure this out. Let me do this. Let me go to, we're uploading something right now, sorry about that. Well, how do I fucking do this? DOSBox? DOSBox. We're gonna see how this goes. I don't know how well it's gonna work, but I found it. And I'll tell you more in a minute. Let's do this the awesome way. Let's see, dir tno cd tno1 tilde 1 dir tno. Oh, dig that PC sound. I didn't put cycles to max. Should I have? It seems to be going okay. Here we go. That sound's going to get really annoying, isn't it? Let's make sure it's not too loud for you. Oh, if I get out of this, though, it's going to... Let me get past this. There we go. All right. So, let me take you on a journey back in time, guys. Even further back than what you're seeing now. Back to 1991, when my friend Jeff Schiller and I had just completed our high school musical, doing a funny thing happened on the way to the forum. I played Pseudolus, he played Xenix, and we were bored out of our tree. We needed a creative enterprise to keep us entertained. And what we hit on was making a board game based on our high school, with the idea that the high school is overrun by monsters who have disguised themselves as the various teachers, and sort of a what is that movie called? The faculty, a scenario like that. So the teachers are actually monsters, werewolves, vampires, etc. And the student body gets funded by the beaver food and weapons ladies, the cafeteria ladies who realize what's going on. They fund the student body to supply a bunch of students to go in and kill these monsters, trying to get to the Dark Queen, Willette, who is the principal of the school, and who was an evil sorceress trying to take over the world. So that's what you're looking at right now. We made that board game in 1991. I guess it's not what you're looking at right now. In about 95, 96, this particular version of the game came in 1996, September to July, I guess July of 1996. So 25 years ago, is that right? Yeah. And I took the board game idea and made a computer game out of it. A few years after that, I'm going to walk you through this briefly, guys. About 1990. No, pardon me, that was 1992. 1992 or maybe even late 1991, I made this board game. Nonetheless, this version came years later. Or this computer game. In 1995-96, I took what I had learned from DHL, the Death Hockey League, which we've also looked at on this channel before, and made a 256 color version of the game using mouse support and all kinds of things, MIDI, music, and that sort of thing. This particular version of the game you're looking at was never released to the public. I may release it someday. I don't know if there's interest. I don't know if there would be. 10 Nights 2, though, the sequel to this is 10 Nights of Killing and Mayhem at FJB. 10 Nights of Killing and Mayhem at FJB 2 is released all over the internet. If you look it up, 10 Nights of Killing and Mayhem at FJB 2, you'll find a million copies of it on a million websites. It proliferated like crazy. It was a popular free strategy game back in the day. Around about 2007, Jeff Schiller contacted me and he wanted to work with me in SDL to make 10 Nights of Killing and Mayhem at FJB 3. We completed 80% of that task before he had twin boys, and for obvious reasons had to withdraw from the project, and it fell by the wayside. Until about a year ago when he contacted me and told me he'd been secretly working on 10 Nights of Killing and Mayhem at FJB 4, using all the assets and all the work we'd done on 3, but making it an online playable game. So I thought it might be fun to walk through the different versions, probably skipping over 3 because 3 was incomplete. But looking at 10 Nights of Killing and Mayhem, then eventually looking at 10 Nights of Killing and Mayhem at FJB 2, and then eventually number 4, which he is still currently working on. But for now, let's take a look at this. 1 second, guys. I apologize. This sucks. Sorry, I just ate and I was congested as hell and I had to make a disgusting noise. Alright, let's view an Elitists. One thing that I am noticing is going to make this game slightly painful to play. You used the numpad back in the day to navigate up and down on this would be 2 and 8 on the numpad. Unfortunately, whether numlock is on or off, it's not moving the hand. But if I use the number pad, or the numbers at the top of the screen, it works. So this may be a little hard to navigate for me once we get into the game, because you do use a numpad to move. We'll see if it works there. I doubt it. Let's view an elitist. Elitist was the code name given to the students chosen to be in this group. Apparently, you actually have to know the name of the elitist you want. Let's see if can I type in the name? There you go. That's me. So the original board game we made utilized me and 6 of my friends who actually sat around this board game. We made AI that was controlling the teachers via dice rolls, and we played ourselves. We made characters based on ourselves, and that's how we played the game. In this version of the game, I introduced a system where you could actually create a new student if you wanted to. We'll take a look at that in a second too. But here you go. If you ever want to see what I look like in pixel format in 1991 or 92, this is what I looked like, wearing a green shirt and jeans. We have a bunch of different statistics here. I'm male, obviously. We have strength 3. That's on a scale from 3 to 12. I think you had to pay for different stats, so I had to sort of balance things. I think it's on a scale from 3 to 12. Maybe it's not. Maybe in this version of the game it was on a different scale. Because I can't imagine I gave myself the lowest rung of strength. It wouldn't be that strong, but maybe I would have given myself 6 or something, you know? So I don't know what scale that's on, to be honest. Maybe it's on a scale of 1 to 4. I don't remember, to be honest. We'll figure it out. Scholastic and Attitude are definitely on a scale from 2 to 12. Missile is a bonus to missile attacks. If you have 1, then you have +1 to hit. Melee is not. Melee 7, I think, is average. It's kind of weird. Between 2 and 12, with 7 being average. Eventually, I standardized all these different systems by the time we hit 10 Knights 2. But back now, it was not very standardized. Movement is the number of dice you roll to find out how many squares you can move per turn. So he rolls 3 dice, or I roll. BS is your bullshit score. Yes, this is the only RPG, I guess it's kind of an RPG, that has a bullshit statistic. We'll talk more about that as we get into the game. Body is your health, 75, defense 0. Every character can start with 1 of 3 weapons. A Swiss Army knife, which is the base weapon, does 1 to 6 damage. A baseball bat, which does 3 to 9 damage, but has -1 to hit. Or a bicycle chain, which has +1 to hit, does 1 to 3 damage, and I think can stun monsters. But I'm not sure if that was implemented. I haven't played this version in at least 20 years. At least 20 years since I played it. I fired it up the other day just to see that it worked, and that was it. I want to show you one other just because we were talking about it earlier today. If you watched the Hellband video, I mentioned a girlfriend who created a D&D character named Tormenta Slavewhip. That was, I won't say her first name, but that was Lai. Half Irish, half Chinese. Very enchanting combination. There's her character. Let's get into this. You can create a new elitist, I imagine. Should I try to do that? Name your elitist. Let's call it Dudsy. It's a nickname I sometimes have for Tanya. F for female. I have not done this in forever. So I guess it's 2. It costs us 2. We have 34 points to spend. I gotta use this damn controller. She would be how do I go up? 8? 8. Scholastic. How do we do this? Maybe 6. Maybe is my guess to put points in. Yep. Press 6 to put points in. Let's give her Scholastic. She's pretty damn smart, my wife. She has a surprising level of attitude. Let's go to at least 7. Oops, I can't use that key. I'm going to turn on light so I can see what I'm pressing here. She has no missile skill. She has no melee skill. She is not super fast, but let's make her at least... she runs when she feels like it. Her bullshit is she's an actress. Let's give her 1. Body, let's give her 75. Which I consider average. That leaves her a few points left. I'm not going to use this character. I'm just showing you how you make this. Let's put it all into defense, just because I'd want to protect her. How do I go down at 2? 6. There you go. That'll be Dudsy if we ever want to use it. Press 2 to go to finished. Give her a bicycle chain, because she rides a bike. That's the female icon. There was only one female icon. You can see we can go through the different icons. But I only made one for each of the characters that I was going to play with, the actual characters we were. That's Amiot. He was a photographer, that's why he has a camera. That's Doke. That's me. That's my friend Jeff Schiller. For some reason, he drew himself in a wizard costume in the little board game we made, so we put him in a wizard costume in here. That's Willette, the son of the Dark Queen, actually, who was in the play with us. He played Miles Gloriosus, so we put him in his armor from the play. That is Lai. That's McConnell. That's it. Let's make her the lie icon. Let's say no. I'm not going to save it right now. Okay. Let's start a new campaign. Let's see how this goes, man. It's been a long time since I played this game. Is it a roguelike? Nope. But does it have roguelike elements? Yes. We have you have character progression in the form of you collect money and upgrade your character by buying better gear. You control 7 characters, though, up to 7 characters, rather than 1 character. The map is not randomly generated. It is an actual map based on my high school. We found the floor plans and made the map based on that. The monsters, however, that you face each night, the teachers, are randomly placed and randomly generated which ones you face. It was in the old days, it was you drew a card and found out what you were facing. So there is a random element to who you're facing on any night, and believe me when I tell you that makes a substantial difference to how well you do. Let's go to start a campaign. I'm curious to try continue a campaign because it would probably fire up a fucking campaign from 20 years ago, but I'm not going to do it. Let's do start a campaign. Let's put everybody across. 6. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. I sure hope I pressed record. No way to check. Finished. There you go. Here's our combat orders for night number 1. Now, here's an unfortunate truth. We used our real high school teachers' names, so, don't bug these people. Some of them are literally dead at this point in real life. This was a long time ago. I was in high school. This was back in 91, as I said. In the most modern version of the game, Schiller has smartly changed the names to protect the innocent. Incidentally, all of these people are innocent. They were just... Oh, my computer is doing it. The thing you saw it do... Son of a bitch. Doing the thing you saw it do... back in the day, recall we were playing in Caverns and it did this. Nothing to do with anything other than the computer itself doing this. I've got to figure this out. Now, unfortunately, we're doing a full screen thing. Is it still okay? I guess it's still... Oh. Shit. Shit. I'm going to have to append this. I'm going to have to take this game and append it. And we'll try... I don't know, maybe I'll try recording the window. Because otherwise you're going to see like this. This is a background we're going to see for all this crap. And you're going to have a little window this big to play the game in. So I'm going to stop the recording right here. I'll relaunch the game. Well, let me continue on to get at least to the openings. We can save it. I'll look at all this in a minute, okay? Let's just save it for now. Quit and save. Q. And we will quit to DOS. And I will come back in a moment, guys. Okay, guys, we're back. Should be a little quieter there with that beeping that it was making. And we're good to go. Let's just dive back in if we can. We got to pass this title screen first. And where is my game that I'm playing? How do I do this? I'll put this over here. I can watch in the big window there, big-ish window. Hit enter. All right, let's go to continue a campaign and see if that worked from 400 years ago. Yeah, looks like it. Okay, so you can see the various teachers we are facing here. Koloff, Stepp, Eracy, Stout, and Zimmerman. The way the game is structured, as you might guess from the title, 10 Nights of Killing and Mayhem, every night is one night removed from the previous night, and there are 10 nights leading up to your final confrontation with Willette. En route, every night you will face 5 different teachers randomly chosen out of the list of teachers there are, along with some other obstacles, increasingly brutal obstacles. But each of the teachers has a bounty on their head, so if you kill that... forgive me for using the word teacher. I feel in the age of post-Columbine, Columbine had not happened when we made this game, so it was not even a thing we were even vaguely concerned with. But I want to make clear, again, keep in mind the comparison to the faculty, because these are monsters. You can see a witch riding on a broomstick there, a woman who's made out of a tornado here, a dude with a blob for a head, So these are not... Even though we're using the word teachers, they're disguised as teachers. They're part of Willette's evil plan to take over the world. But each of them has a bounty on their head. If you kill them, you get that bounty. And then in between nights, you can spend that to upgrade the weaponry and that sort of thing of whoever of your student survives. It does have permadeath. Any character who dies is gone for good, and you cannot replace them with a new person. So you start with 7 students, but as nights go on, you may end up having less students to fight with. Your goal, of course, is to reach night 10, kill Willette to win the game, but en route every night you'll face 5 teachers, and anybody who you leave alive will also be there to face you on the final night. So you kind of have to kill as many as you can. bearing in mind that you start off with really terrible weaponry. I've heard other people talk about this game, and they've mentioned the fact that basically every monster in the game is a boss. It's literally every monster is tougher than your students to start with, but eventually those odds get balanced out, and eventually you get in the upper hand where you're tougher than they are. So let's just hit enter for now, get past this. Here we go. We are starting at random entrances. In the original board game that we made, you could choose which entrance you started at, but when I made this version of the game, I lacked the understanding of how to do that, even though it was not that hard. So I assigned random entrances, and over the years that new rule stayed, so all characters started at a random entrance to the school. Let's see what I can remember of the controls, because I don't have a thing. Let's try pressing M for map. Nope, that's message speed. Let's put it back to 1 for now. Let's try tab, maybe? No, tab did nothing. There's a way to do a map, I think. There might not be. You might have to just know your way around. I don't know. Let's try K for kill sheet. That works. So this brings us back to these combat orders. I don't know if there's a way in this version of the game to see the teachers' stats detailed. We can see right here where they start. Portable C room. The homeroom is where they start the game. So Eracy is on the 2nd floor in room 217. Stout is in room 110. Zimmerman is room 10. I know where these things are because I went to this high school. If you don't, I don't know how you see the map. It did come with a paper map at the time, at least the version I made for my brother, etc. It came with a paper map. In modern versions of the game, again, bearing in mind I have not played this version in more than 2 decades, for sure. I've not even fired it up, aside from briefly the other day to say, hey, look what I found, it works. So I don't know. In modern versions, you can get details on these characters, what their special abilities are. I don't know if you can in this version. Maybe you were just expected to remember it from the board game. Now, the one key strategy in this game always is to... Let me turn this down to my own ears. Is to try to separate the teachers, because one-on-one, they're tougher than you. So if you get a lot of your students dealing with one teacher, you have a fighting chance. If you get multiple teachers dealing with you guys, you're probably all in big trouble. We know for sure Eracy is on the 2nd floor. So let's head up there if we can. God, this thing's loud in my ears. Sorry. Unless I'm making it louder. I was making it louder. That's as much movement points as he has. So it costs you 1 movement point to move through a normal floor. It costs you 2 to climb stairs, so you can't get any further there. So let's press, what, space? I don't know. How do we press 5? 5 on here? 5 past the rest of his turn, it looks like. See, again, I know where these people are because I know that I've played versions of this game for 25 years. Unless you had the paper map at company, you probably wouldn't know. Now, you will be noting a facing, a little yellow arrow that shows which direction your character is facing. This is a lie, of course. Here's McConnell. He has a movement speed of 1, so he moves very slowly. He only has 1 movement point in this case. He's done. But he had a high body. Let's stay to the outside of the school. Bearing in mind, one of them is in a portable up here, so I should be a little bit careful. That's Schiller with his baseball bat. Looks like I did show the weapons you're using on your character. That's kind of cool. You'll note that the floor is permanently just the floor from inside the school. Since most of the game takes place inside the school, I just gave them the background of whatever they were most likely to be standing on. I didn't at the time know how to do transparencies and allow you to change the background of something. On this, we're on a phone here. There are multiple sort of things in the school that you can use. The phones are used for one thing. When you're passing them, each one once per night can be checked. There are 3 phones in the school at the actual location pay phones were when I was a student. If you check their change slot for quarters, you can sometimes find a lot of money. So let's press U to use. The change slot is empty, so that one's used. Oh, here comes Stout. Okay, so we've been spotted by one of the teachers. Her main ability, again, I don't know if he can show you this, but I remember this. She's worth 125. I don't know her stats. I don't know how to see them. Can I press 2 or anything to go? Nope. Let's try it again. So Stout, you can see there, that's the Tornado Woman. She has a massively fast movement speed. I think that was her main ability. I don't know how much fun this is going to be for you guys to watch, but I don't even remember how to play for sure. But let's take a look together and see if we can win this. The drinking fountains are ways to heal. If you end your turn, if you press U on a drinking fountain, you can regain 1 to 6 health. That's one of the ways to heal. I think she was up here, if I understood correctly. Oh, you'll see that little square in the bottom corner with the number 1. I think that means we can press 1, or maybe shift 1? Press 1. Can I click it? Does the mouse work? No. It means we can see a teacher. Maybe it just tells us how many we can see, and there's no way to actually move your vision to them. I don't know. V for view? Oh, here's V for map. Here's the map. Okay, there's a full layout of the school. You can even see the sort of numbers on the various rooms. Sort of. It's kind of jumbled up right now. What can you do? I think that black dot must be the teacher in question. I'm guessing that this dot here is the current student we're playing. Maybe not. Maybe the yellow dot is, and the other ones are the students we're playing. The blue appears to be drinking fountains. The red are fire extinguishers, good for extinguishing fires or for short-circuiting the janitors who are replaced with killer robots in later levels. The gray appear to be phones. These dark blue are food. They're kind of like fountains, but they can each only be used once per night, and they restore 6 to 36 health, 6 dice worth. But yeah, we do know where some of the teachers are, so we can look and see. Like one of them was up here in 27. Racy started up here. Stout started in 110, I think, so she started here and came out. One of them is in Portable C. You should be careful. That's Koloff, the Russian sniper. Yeah, I'm really surprised I can't figure out how to look at their detail stats. I thought you could. Maybe you can't. I don't know. But at least we know how to look at the map. That's cool. Press any key to get out of that. No, it does look like that. The one with the red dot is the current student we are. Yellow are the other students we control. What else can we figure out here, guys? What other buttons are there? I know Q is for quit and save. I could have sworn that maybe... Let's try F1. No, that didn't do anything. To open a door, you simply walk through it. As you can see to Amiot's right, that is a girls' washroom. You cannot enter a washroom of the opposite sex. Neither can teachers. So Stout is a female. So if he ran into a boy's washroom, she couldn't chase him. Something kind of interesting. Let's just move one step forward. Let's move him up towards Stout. I didn't want to take her on first, but we've encountered her first, so let's just take her on. Lai, I know where she is. So you can see right now, Lai is right here. That's Amiot there. That's Willette way over there. There's Sinosaku who checked the phone, it looks like, I think, and there's Schiller running here. And the combat is taking place right here. This is the South Cafeteria. The stage would have been here. The stage upon which we performed a funny thing happened on the way to the forum would have been right here. Alright, keep running. McConnell is not the... Well, his low movement proved an extreme detriment. So... You can see Schiller has a high Scholastic score. I'll explain what Scholastic and Attitude are later. They're not as useful in version 1 of the game here as they became in later versions of the game, like TNO2 and TNO3 and 4. We kept increasing the value of them because they weren't that useful. BS will not come into play on night 1. It can't. It's used for bluffing your way past the janitor juggernauts. This guy's got 2 dice worth of movement. He was tall, that's why he has 85 body, 75 being the average. I ran track and field and cross country, that's why I have movement of 3. I was an actor, that's why I have BS2. I was also quite a bullshit artist. My Scholastic in real life would be quite higher, but you had points you had to distribute. So attitude was very high. I was very much a cocky, popular jerk in high school. Let's try and get this on the way by the way. Oh, there she comes. Stout punches a dope, but misses. Good, okay. She punches again. Oh, she gets 2 attacks per turn, apparently. She hit him for 3 points of damage. Those of you who have played the original Caverns of Zeskasian will recognize these sound effects as coming from the original Caverns of Zeskasian. Now, we can attack. When we attack, we have a base chance to hit equal to our melee. It rolls 2 dice and tries to get like 7 or less. But Amiot is using a baseball bat, so he has to get like basically a 6 or less. And on top of that, Stout has a defense. But I don't remember how to... Just try L for a look. No? I don't remember how to tell what that defense is. However, if you can get... Let's see how far we can move with him. 1... I'm just going to point with my cursor. So Stout is facing this way. Her little yellow arrow is pointing down. If you're in any of the 3 squares behind, or if you're firing a missile weapon from any of the squares behind, you get +1 to hit. So it's always desirous to try and get behind the teachers. The teachers will not try to get behind you, but if they end up behind you, then they end up behind you. 2, 3. Let's go 4. Oops, left. Is 4 not left? Isn't 4 left? It might cost 2 movement points. It costs you, like if I press 7 or 9, I will rotate in place. So moving a direction you're not facing may cost you the turn and then the move. I'm not sure. It doesn't in later games or later versions of the game, but in this game version it might, because I'm trying to move left and it won't let me. But I'm pretty sure if I move forward it will. Yep. So he can move around. Let's find out. If we move left, does it cost 2 movement points? No, only 1. I'm not sure why that guy couldn't move left. Might be a bug. I don't know. If so, it'll never be fixed. So let's turn him in place with 9. And let's attack from here by pressing A. Our target is stout. That is correct. Let's hit enter. Or 5, I guess. But missed. Now you can see she has 100 hit points, so it's going to take a while. That bicycle chain does 1 to 3 frickin' damage. But it can also stun them. And if we get enough people on them, it'll add up and we'll take her down fast. Well, not fast, but faster than we might otherwise. Let's get him out of here fast before Koloff shows up and starts sniping him. I'm going to duck into the school here. Keep running, Schiller. I remember when I got the very earliest version of this game running. CMIN stands for Campus Ministry, by the way. It was a Catholic school. Co-op is the co-op counselor's office. I'm going to check. Nothing. I guess it ends your turn then. So she punched Amy out for 6, punches again, misses. The 2 of them taking him on for now, or taking her on alone for now, but we'll do our best here. 2, 4, 4. Let's press... Let's even go 1 north. No, let's press 9. Yeah, let's go 1 north. I'll attack from here. I sure wish the number pad would work. That would make this a little bit easier. Let me move the mouse out of the way. Oh, I hit her for 6. That's good. Attack. 5. I can speed up the message speed if we want. Let's speed it up to message speed 2. That's the North Cafeteria. Again, I have no idea how interesting people are going to find this. I hope you might enjoy it. It's kind of roguelike-y. And at the very least, it's a look back at a complete game I made a long time ago. 2. 6. 6. Let's go north. Let's turn to this way and attack her from behind. Let's move him behind her. Again, we've already checked those phones, so you can't check them again. The other one's up that corridor to the north, but we got to get over to this combat rather than going out of our way. The red thing is just a bloodstain. The game started with some decorative bloodstains. This guy's getting hurt pretty bad. Oops. I think W will let you wait and let someone else go, take their turn right away. He can see someone, but I don't remember how to tell who he can see. Is it shift 1? Maybe? Let's try shift 1. I doubt it. Oh, it is. So shift and the number will let you see who you're looking at. So he can see Zimmerman. Zimmerman we do not want to face tonight. Zimmerman is slow and he doesn't do much damage. He's not really a threat per se. But that blob head of his, whenever you hit him, will absorb your melee weapon, or can absorb your melee weapon. Since they only have their melee weapons to start with, we do not want to face him. So if it's a choice between fighting him or running, we want to run. We're probably going to leave him alive the entire night. You want to tackle him when you have missile weapons of some sort. Let's look on our map and see where that is. Why is V not working anymore? Did I press caps lock by accident? I did. So Schiller is right here. He can see Zimmerman back here behind him. And this combat, of course, is going on over here. I don't know why we can't see Stout. She's right here. Don't know why she's not showing up. Must be a bug. Interesting. what I'm going to do with him, I'm going to run him through the. I'll run Schiller through the South Gym to lure Zimmerman off the track. So teachers will charge, or teachers will usually attack the closest character they can see. If multiple characters are equally close, it'll randomly choose one of them. But if they can't see a character, they will either wander randomly, or if they've seen a character, they will run a student. They will run to the last location they saw them at, and then they'll start wandering randomly from there. So if we can run Schiller in that into that South Gym, then we can get Zimmerman to chase him there. You can see we can see two teachers here. So if we press Shift 2, it should show us one of them. There's him. And Shift 1 is Stout right there. All right, we're learning, guys. There's got to be a way to see their stats. That's attack. A5. Here he comes. Let's wait with Amy out. Let's bring Doak. Whoops, turned the wrong way, but it didn't matter. Because I had enough movement points to account for it. Let's bring him up through the South Gym to throw Zimmerman off the scent. They only have line of sight, so they can't. Zimmerman can't see us around this corner, and they can't hear. Everybody in the game is deaf, essentially. And there's no point in moving Amy out. Let's leave him there. Can't get behind her. I think she had a high defense too because she's so fast. Let's check the kill sheet. So she's down at 91 health, but that's a long way from being dead, ain't it? Let's attack with Amy out from right there. Let's leave Doak for the moment. No, I guess not. Well, yeah. Let's move Lie 1 north. Whoops, 1 north. Can we wait? Let's go to here. Let's go to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Move him up through here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sinisak, we want Sinisak and Doak on the periphery because they have 3 dice of movement, which means they'll always be able to get... Whoops, I don't want to do that. Oh, can I not shift off it? I guess I have to leave him there. Once you press A, you apparently can't abort it. Guess not. Still hit her. But we want Doak to be the one who's going to run back and forth. As a general rule. 1, 2. I guess he's not doing it now because I pressed the wrong key. So I guess I'll stay here and attack for now. And we'll move her into attack from here. This is another one of those games, guys, where I really want a visual record of this game in action because I hadn't seen it in decades, man. Doak, I guess it's going to stay put. Lie can attack from there. 1 point of damage. I had the pluralization error in there. I hadn't corrected that apparently yet. You can see Lie also has a slighter. She has a slight defensive bonus, I think, because she was very petite. Whereas Willette has a slight defensive bonus because he's wearing his stage armor. We have to run Amy out to get healed very soon, but not yet. Whoops. Press the wrong key because I'm not using a number pad. Keep him there for 1 more minute. We'll run him to get food in a minute if we have to. You know how Facebook has Facebook memories. 13 years ago today, my status was that I just beat the Dark Queen Willette. I don't think I was playing this version of the game. I'm sure it wasn't. I would have been playing 10 Nights of Killing and Mayhem at FJB 2 because 3 didn't exist yet. But we'll come to that eventually. It's obviously an improved version of the game. Alright, we're taking her down, man. Let's do a quick check. Is that Amy? Amy's really getting hurt. She's down to 65. She's almost halfway. Let's wait on Amy. Let's attack 5. Excellent. Oh, you get a critical hit. So he got a critical hit, which when you get a critical hit, you double your damage. And on top of that, with a chain, if you get a critical hit, it stuns them. So Stet will miss her next turn, is what that means. And I think in the meantime, we all have +1 to hit her too. At least that's true in later versions of the game. I don't know if it's true now. Yeah, you still remember, I was obviously very much a fledgling program in C when I programmed this. Coming off the Commodore from BASIC is one of the first games I programmed. This was the first complete game I think I programmed in out of C on a PC. But I can remember how excited I was just to get the characters moving through to get the map, and then I could move the characters with their dice rolls. There was no monsters back then. It was this very first version of the game, like just in a practice version. And I would have races with them with their dice rolls. Obviously, my character would win a lot because he had fast. So does Doak. Also has 3 dice. But it was a very exciting time in my life. Just learning to program, you know. I should have moved Amy out down. I didn't. Let's move Connell to here and attack. Let's move Willette. Willette has +1 attack, is that right? Oh, an attack of 4. I guess lower is better, so you have to get over. It's not you have to get under. So he has basically +3 to hit. He was a football player. He was very much he's also an actor, but he was also a jock. So he got some good combat bonuses. I'm sure he was not, like, his scholastic and attitude being so low is not representative of his true character, but you gotta make trade-offs somewhere to make a game, you know, playable. See, that's why I should have moved what's his fuck down, because by not doing so, I didn't get to move everybody down. Alright. Amiot. Come down to here and turn left. Attack 5. Doak, stay there. Lie, stay there. McConnell, come down, turn left, attack 5. Willette, stay there. And Schiller, attack 5. We're getting her good now. Let's take a look at her. Down to 24 health, man. We're tearing her down. Attack 5. I'll try and do this in maybe 10 videos, one for each night. Maybe this first video is particularly long because as the nights progress, they get faster and faster. As you get better and better weaponry, you can tear down teachers a lot faster. Obviously, this is as slow as it gets because we're just using the basic crappy starting missile, or melee weapons rather, to try and affect her death. There, she's dead. So Willette gets $125. I think it's I assume it's a pool of money that we can all utilize. But there you go. So hopefully Zimmerman got distracted and ran into that gym and is now wandering around the gym, if he's even reached it yet, because he's very slow. But let's clear out of this hallway, because if he does get to where he last saw Schiller and then decides to keep going east, he'll end up in this hallway and seeing us up here. So let's kind of clear out at least some of our people. We don't have to worry too much about him because he's going to be very slow. Let's start heading upstairs to deal with, whoops. Is it Eracius up there? Or maybe we should go outside and deal with Koloff. Anybody who's healthy can kind of start. Let's wait for him. Can kind of start. Oh, it's last person to move. All right, we didn't want to do that. Move to there and press 5. Okay, next turn. So Doak does need to heal. Lai is fine. McConnell's almost fine, but let's get him a little bit healed in a second. Willette is fine. We're not going to go outside yet because I don't want to encounter Koloff until all our people are ready. You've got to heal, sir. Wait. So do you. I'm going to risk it and put him here for now. Use. I think you have to be facing the fountain too to regain body. Alright, he's done. Next turn. Use. So yeah, subsequent nights get faster. They also do get kind of harder because there are more and more challenges besides just the teachers. Like the janitor juggernauts get introduced, and as time goes on, they get more and more powerful. There are landmines planted. Some of the fountains start getting randomly poisoned, and all kinds of stuff like that. And of course, you're facing totally different teachers with totally different abilities. Oops. I thought he was on a fountain. Oh, there's only one fountain up here. I think one of them was broken. At the time we made this game, there actually was a fountain. There was a fountain right here in real life, but it was broken when we made the game. The board game, so we just left it out as... You know, it was a contemporary board game as far as we were concerned. Bring him right to here. Of course, if Zimmerman comes out that doorway, we're going to be sorry, but I doubt he will. It's unlikely. So, oh, there comes Eracy. Okay, so let's look at our V for view. Eracy just showed up. I'm not seeing him on the map, but he is here, or we wouldn't have seen him. I think he came down the stairs right here. It might be a glitch. It doesn't always show the teachers, my guess. Let's keep doing this for him. Let's bring everybody else... Well... Can we press Shift 1? Yeah, so he's right there at 116, you can see. Oh, now he's on the map. Oh, maybe it's only... You know what it is? They only show up on a map if the current player has a line of sight to them, which is kind of stupid. I'm sure it doesn't work that way in modern versions of the game. More modern versions. But back then, that's the way I programmed it, so there you go. 8, 6, 6, 6. I think Eracy has special abilities... where he can, I think he was really charming, if I remember correctly. Let's take a look at him. We can't see his stats, unfortunately, that I know how. But if we take a look at him here, he has 125 health. You see all those weird symbols around him. I think he was really charming. He was like, he was an Italian guy who was very good looking in real life and very charming. I'm sure not, I don't mean to imply any propriety on his part, but I'm sure he was charming just as a byproduct of being a good looking guy to the young females of our school. So his ability, I think, is he can try to charm you, and if he does, then it rolls 2 dice and compares it to your attitude. And if you roll less than or equal to your attitude, then you're fine. Otherwise, something bad happens. I think it confuses you and you run around randomly for a little while, if I remember correctly, but I'm not sure. I was going to get this guy healed a little bit, but let's run him into combat. There, he confused McConnell. Let's slow down the message speed a little bit. I'm not seeing 100% what's going on here. Let's just keep him healing for now. Get everyone else running into combat. That was McConnell's move. Now I do have the cycles set to max on DOSBox. I didn't have the common sense back in the day to, you know, make it play at a set speed. It would have just been playing at whatever speed worked on my computer is what I would have left it at. But I'm sure it would have moved slightly slower, so the movement would be a little less frenetic. But whatever. He can also obviously punch, but his punches are not that powerful. So let's just run up there now and finish him off quick before he does too much damage. Let's wait. Can't use this because we're not oh, you can. Okay, you don't have to face the wall. You do in later games, versions of the game. He'll be easier to hit than Stout because he won't have her defense. That's McConnell still running around. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Damn. I meant to press wait. That means Amiot, who could have got in this turn, is not going to get in. That was a mistake. Leave my girlfriend alone. Alright, let's wait for Willette to go. Or she can go. She'll stay there. Now, we got this person in a position where we can only get 6 people around him. It's not possible to get 7 people around him right now, so Doak should maybe even just stay and heal where he is. So at least we're working on that while we're also killing this guy off. So for tonight's task, like I said, we're going to try to leave Zimmerman alive. Let's wait for 1 second. Do we need to leave him here to heal? He's not going to get any closer. Let's just leave him there. And is McConnell's still running around crazy. Let's wait to see if we need McConnell or not. Attack 5. He's still crazy. I don't know how long it lasts for him. Again, modern versions of the game you'll see will give you a countdown. Like, it's obviously a much more professional is the wrong word, but closer to something approximating professional nowadays. Amiot's confused. Alright, let's wait on Doak. Lie can attack. He's back. I want to see where the hell Amiot went. Do we know where the hell Amiot went? Is he standing on top of Schiller? Is that a glitch from 2 decades ago where he can run on top of somebody? That's possible. I don't see him. Maybe they're sharing the same space, Schiller and Amiot. Shouldn't be able to. Yeah, Amiot's standing in the same square as Schiller. It's an old glitch that I was unaware of. That's Doku. He's not ready to go yet. Let's bring him down. Hit for critical. That's why you did 4 points, so you only do 1 to 3. So we stunned him, so AC doesn't get a chance to move next turn. In the meantime, we get extra chances to hit. They're not cumulative, though. You don't stun him for multiple turns. It's still stunned for 1 turn. Even though both of them got a critical hit, he did not as a knife. How's he doing? Down to 28. Well, I'm dead in a second. Stunned him. So as you see, the baseball bat does very little damage, or rather the bicycle chain, but it does occasionally get that stun, and it does hit easier than the, like a lot easier than the bat, and a little bit easier than the knife. I don't know if mathematically speaking, -1 to hit with 50% extra damage is equal to, -0 to hit for 1 to 6 damage. I don't. At the time we made this, we wouldn't have been doing the math to figure out what's an actual viable. Am I playing Amiot? If so, I shouldn't be cheating and leaving him. He might be attacking from on-Schiller Square, which is not right, because he shouldn't be on-Schiller Square. I was just pressing A5. I shouldn't be. Alright, Racy's dead. Doesn't matter. Alright, so who we have left? We have Koloff outside and Portable C. Zimmerman is hopefully trapped in the South Calf, or South Gym. And Step is far to the west. We'll deal with them later. Step as a witch can turn you into a frog, where you're a frog for a few turns when she does it. Is her ability. Willette remains completely unscratched. Schiller only has 1 hit point missing. Let's send him to the west. I'm unscathed. Whoops, I didn't mean to press Q. Let's do a continue a campaign. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. Wait. Willette, wait. Oh, I guess we're the only 2 left, so I guess we're 5 and 5. Alright, done. Alright, Amiot, his turn. We gotta get him healed up again. Wait. Alright, Amiot. Let's dodge. Let's wait on Amiot for a minute. Doak, keep going west. Wait. McConnell, let's do this. Let's get you frickin' healed up. I didn't have to turn to face the wall. I don't know why I did. Wait. Food! Beaver food! The cafeteria ladies who ran our cafeteria were called the Beaver Food Ladies. That's why we made them into the Beaver Food and Weapons Ladies. For the purposes of the game. Let's use the food. Screw it. She got back 9. That's almost all she needed. West. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Food can be used once per night, each square. So I guess he's done. Maybe we'll use it on him too. You know what? Be a faster way of doing things. I hope he's not in here. Let's find out. Oh, Zimmerman is in here. It's not letting me see him. Can't do the map. Oh, I have the caps lock on? There he is. There's Zimmerman. I meant to come on here and get 1 point of health back from this. Oh well. Alright, we gotta get out of here. Let's head out. Let's see what we can find. I was hoping and expecting we'd find Koloff and or Step out here. They're both kind of in this region somewhere. But we did not. She's close enough to full. Let's get her out of this hallway. Fuck. All right. 1, 2, 3. So Koloff started in here. He may or may not still be in there. If so, I mean, I don't know how far he's gotten. Let's try and lure Zimmerman back into the South Gym. I don't think Zimmerman poses much of a threat unless we choose to attack him. And if his movement is working right, if he only has one movement, and that's what it said he had, right? Oh, maybe not. Maybe I made that up. Doesn't seem to say what he has. Maybe he has 2 dice movement, same as Willette. Oops. We're gathering outside this door, and for all I know, he's not even in there anymore. This might be kind of a waste of time. We'll find out in a minute. Might even be time to find out right now. Let's do this. The problem with Koloff is he does have a sniper rifle. As soon as he sees somebody, he's going to stop where he is and shoot. We don't want him standing still in that doorway or something, or else we can't get enough people around him. We want to lure him out of that building so we can surround him and get in on him. So let's put some people around corners. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that much around corner. If you go to the exit, you leave the school for the night. You're safe, but you can't come back. So if you're somebody who's really close to death and you're worried about them, you can just run them out. He's not in here. He's left. It was Portable C. Yeah, he started there. So if he's not here, he may have gone into the school down here. He may be in one of these other portables. We should check on the way by, in case he wandered out and wandered into one of those. He's not in here. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Press the wrong buttons. That's the phys ed room. That's the north gym there. We see somebody, probably Step. This would be the English hall to my left. No, there's Koloff. So Step may also be zooming around here somewhere. She's quite fast on her magical broom, and she has the ability to turn you into a frog. We want to duck Schiller back around the corner so he doesn't get shot, but hopefully Koloff will charge down there. I'd rather not fight him right there, but we'll do what we gotta do. Oh, he can still see me, damn it. Fired a sniper rifle. I think the sniper rifle does 3 dice worth of damage every time it hits. So 3 to 18 damage. Get back his single hit point. Move him up. Rotate him in place. Damn it, I didn't mean to leave him there. Again, not using a keypad, so I get confused sometimes. Press the wrong buttons here. I apologize. It's not going any closer than that. Let's pass everybody's turn until this guy shows up. Except for him. As hopefully he will show up. He may not. There he is. Alright, we can get around him there. Oh, I did a lot of damage. Alright, let's start with Schiller. Uh-oh. So there's Koloff. And his Step is just down the hall. Let's take a look at this. So we have Koloff right here. Step right here, and our characters are congregated here. Now we can still swarm one of them and try to take it down fast, but if he's hitting us with a sniper rifle, that's going to hurt. Now, in later versions of the game, I may or may not have, I don't know, in some versions of the game, I think if you close with Koloff, he resorts to using his fists, which only do 1 dice worth of damage. But at range, he has that really, really accurate sniper rifle. It has like a really low to hit, and then like a really good to hit, and then it does 3 dice damage. But you'd have to close with him to get it to stop. So we could just close with him and start pounding on him and hope we kill him fast. But meanwhile, Step's going to fly into the action too. She can use her claws, which I think only do 1 to 6 damage. Maybe they do 2 to 6. But she can also turn you into a frog, which you don't want to happen. It's not permanent. Maybe it is. I don't think it is, though. I think it's just for a certain number of turns. We're here. Let's try and do this. If we can kill the 2 of these, we'll call it an episode. And we'll... that'll be it for now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get behind him. Let's get to Willette. Damn it. Should have moved Lai first. She could have got there. So he still fires at point blank. This is going to be a bloody combat. And Step turned me into a toad. Alright, let's move. Let's see who's what. Oh! Look at that awesome graphic. I forgot it looked like that. That's great. This has been all hand-drawn by me. In one of my... I showed you 13 art on this channel. This would have been made using art. 13 art's predecessor. Alright, Doke. What does it mean to be a toad? I don't quite remember, to be honest. We'll find out in a minute. I think I still get a turn, don't I? Or maybe you can't do anything. Maybe you sit there and get hurt. It looks like it can't do anything. Maybe it just passes your turn, like it costs you your turn until such time as you're untoaded. My guess. We need to kill this guy fast. If we can. 1 point of damage. Schiller can attack. V. There is food in here. I might be able to run... I'll run Amy out through here. And he can come up through this door and get a Koloff here. We might run Doke off this way to deal with Step. And that way we can get one more person around Koloff. So not just wasting their time. Ouch, Amy out. Alright, Doke's a toad. This could end badly, guys. This could be the end of our game quite fast. I hope not. Koloff is the bigger threat ultimately. Step is like support, right? She can take you out of action, but she's not going to kill us. Doke's already back to human, so it lasts a certain amount of time. Let's wait and see if Doke gets a chance. No, Doke's turn was turning back to human, so we'll go here. Pass his turn. Willett will stay there and fight. Schiller will stay there and fight. Oh, Doke's toted again. Damn it! Alright, Amiot, you can stay and fight. Lai will stay and fight. Just keep an eye on everybody's health, because we may have to sprint some people away. I want to be ready for it if it comes to that. How is Schiller doing? Oh, well, that's fine. Let's stay him. If Schiller's bad enough, I'll run him out and then let... he's not that bad. I was going to say let McConnell take his place, but... For now, let's just do this. Man! We're not getting out of here. She just keeps toting everyone. How's Koloff doing? 83 health left. So he'd be down to, what, 76. Ouch, fuck. As soon as I could die. Here comes Step flying in, clawing at Doke. Looks like she does 2 dice damage to those things. We have to tear him down fast. I could run Doke. I mean, I could. Oh, he could call a stun. That's good. I could run McConnell like all the way around the outside of the building to get at Step, but that's a long way, and he has this 1 dice of movement. It would, by the time he gets there, the battle would be done probably. So let's leave him in place for now, doing nothing. All right, good. The +1 to hit's going to help here. Step Closet Doke. How's Sinizak doing on his turn? We'll check and see if we have to run him away. He won't get a turn this time, though. Next turn he will. Oh, he can't do anything. He's not in terrible shape. I'm going to leave him for now. Might be a mistake. If she toads him again, we could be in trouble. Alright, Amy, I can run down and get food right now. Not a big deal. Though I don't quite have to yet. Let's try and kill Koloff first. The Russian sniper. Good, he missed. It's a rare event. She clawed Doke. Let's check and see how he's doing as well. Gotta be getting close now. Down to 29, man. We've almost got him. Doke's fine. Let's leave him in place to keep attacking Koloff. We want him down as fast as possible. 28. 24. And stunned. dude. McConnell. 18. 14. 10. Step turns Doke into a toad. Koloff was stunned, of course, he didn't get to do anything. 3. Should be dead. Koloff is dead. Lie, collect $75 reward. I would have had individual rewards because in the original board game, I think after the third night, one of the rules that was implemented is you can't trade money, and whoever gets a killing blow gets the bounty. I don't think that's true of the computer game, though. You know what? You're still fine enough to stick around, so let's run you around here. There's another case where we're not going to get everyone around the teacher, unfortunately. Where she's standing, and I can't really lure her away easily. Ooh, critical hit. Just leave him here because he's not going to get any further to attack. Alright, let's see here. We want... For Amy out, let's go. Might as well. We have nothing else to do. Let's go get him some food. 1 point. How is that possible? It's supposed to be 6 to 36. Maybe it's 1 to 36 in this version of the game. That sucks. Whoops, wait. Wait. If this was any other night, and we knew there was anything else in this school besides Zimmerman, who's far away, probably, I would be running Sinisak off to get healed while McConnell steps in to take the fight, but there's not really a lot of point right now. I don't think we're in any danger. Ooh, nice critical hit again. Yeah, the teachers do have stats like defense and stuff, and I have no idea what the teacher's defense is right now. You know, I guess... Let's get him out of here, I guess. On the off chance he's in danger. Wait. All that time waiting McConnell and you just miss. Might as well go get him healed. I mean, to some degree it's stupid because if we happen to run into Zimmerman, we're going to alert him to our position. Oh, Willette got turned into a toad. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. We'll just stay in this region. Won't go far. There's a fountain at the end of this hall. Good. Steps stunned. Probably don't need this healing. We're gonna flee the school after we kill Step. We're not gonna take on Zimmerman, so we probably don't even need to heal these guys. But just as a precaution, because we have nothing else to do right now, we might as well. Come on. She's at 69. Nice hit. And you see who she hit there. Nice, critical. Stunned her. One point, come on. How's she doing now? 39. 30. 30 or 29. Oh, well, that must have turned untoted, or maybe not. Maybe she just redid it as a precaution. I didn't notice what happened there. Alright, he's fully healed. 23, and she's stunned. Uh, 14 and stunned. 8 and stunned. You know what? Let's just start running him out of the school. Make our job faster. If you're wondering why he seemed to get 2 moves, just because he was the first guy to go and we passed his turn initially. Might be it. There we go. Steph's dead. Alright, everybody else has to get out of the school. I think even in later nights, so even if you kill all the teachers, you still have to flee the school, because it could be landmines you step on, you know? For now, I guess we have to press 5. He can move to here. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Amiot flees the school. Wait. Doak flees the school. There's a place to flee the school at the northern edge here and at the southern edge. I think technically the northern edge and southern edge in reality are, in the actual layout of the school, are the western edge and the eastern edge. Like it's, I think the map is rotated compared to where it would be if we were going on north-south coordinates, you know. But I tend to think of it as up as north. So that is what it will mean if I mention north right now. Whoops, I didn't mean to press 5 for him, damn it. I'd press 6. There you go. Interesting. I remember this. There you go. Another hand-drawn thing by me. A little skull. Night number 1, Butcher's Bill. Elitists total dead, none. Teachers tonight, 4. Debriefing. Well done. Excellent work. I don't think they knew what hit them. If we keep performing like this, we can only expect good things. Go home and clean your weapons. Take your best girl or guy out to a flick. Popcorn's on me tonight. 4 teachers dead is a good night's work. Again, I want to emphasize, I know you just saw it. I know you just saw that it was a witch and a blob head and a Russian sniper and whatever the fuck, a guy with magical charm abilities and a tornado woman. But because modern times being what they are, I can't deny a little hesitancy in my soul at seeing the word 4 teachers dead as a good night's work. So I'm not endorsing or glorifying. I am horrifying, or I am horrified at the concept of a school shooting. I don't mean to endorse that. I hope that's not in any way implied by this. It is a game I made in a time that was more innocent and did admittedly continue to make through the years, mostly for my own private use. But then again, I'm showing it to you now, and I hope it's. I want to emphasize these are monsters, people. Monsters, not humans. Okay, let's press like spacebar or something. There you go. So I think we can cycle through the characters. Yeah, with 6 and 4. This is the Elitist reorg, night number 2, before night number 2, reorganize. So we can look and see if we wanted to upgrade, say, somebody's weapons and stuff. If we went to, say, Willette, who's our best fighter, let's face facts. Go down to here and press enter, melee weapons. Here you can see what we have for sale. Now he only has 125, but if we go escape to get out of this, is there a way to Beaver Joint Funds Plan? Is probably what it was. Enter. Willette now has all the money, so he has $375. We didn't check one of the phones, unfortunately. So we could just buy him straight out, like a better weapon. The sword, I think, does 1 to 9 with +1 to hit, I think. So like the baseball bat, but with +1 to hit instead of -1 to hit. The axe, I believe, has no penalty to hit or not, and does 2 dice of damage. The chainsaw, I think, has no penalty to hit, but does 3 dice damage. I might just buy him a chainsaw and call it done. The cattle prod, I think, is +2 or 3 to hit, and stuns. There's 1 to 3 damage and stuns like as readily as the other one does. So like it stuns a lot more frequently because you get critical hits a lot more frequently because you have so much pluses to hit. We can't afford that anyway, though. Before we do that, though, let's just see what else there is. If we went down to missile weapons, you see a bunch of different things we could buy here. You do have to buy ammo for everything except for there is no sling in this version of the game. In other versions of the game, you buy a sling, which does very little damage. I think the bow does 2 dice damage at range with -1 to hit. I don't think we're going to get a missile weapon right now. We don't have enough money to keep supplying the ammo. But you can see all the different ones. Crossbow, pistol, shotgun, machine pistol. Obviously, the more expensive it is, the more interesting and valuable it is. The SRA, the short-range anti-armor weapon, I think does like 5 dice of damage, maybe even 6 dice of damage, but also in a burst effect, and it can destroy walls and crap and other things. The flamethrower can start flames, but it has a really easy to hit and does a lot of damage. The tactical nuke you place in place, and it blows up a huge section of the school and kills just about everything inside it. Elitists included, if you haven't gotten them out of there before the timer counts down. A grenade is 3 dice damage, I think. You can throw it. It's a one-shot deal. Let's escape from this. Here's where we get the ammo for it. Beaver herbs. This is if you get certain status effects. Castor oil is in case your character is poisoned. You have to spend this kind of money to get rid of it. Probably. Rad treatment would be in case you got a disease. And shock treatment is in case your character is driven insane. Accessories. You could get a school jacket. It gives you a permanent defensive 1, which means all teachers have -1 to hit you. A skateboard would increase your movement by 1 permanently, as long as you had it as one of your inventory items. So you only carry a certain number of inventory items. Cheat sheets will increase your scholastic by a certain amount. I don't know if it's 2 or 3 or what it was. Shades will increase your attitude by a certain amount. The Beaver hawking counters, where you go to sell stuff. He could sell his baseball bat for 0. Why would he bother? And the Beaver trading post. I don't know what that is. Do I dare press it? What if it brings us out of here? I know I want to get him either get him a chainsaw or get him an axe and get someone else an axe too. We could get 2 axes or 1 chainsaw. Maybe we'll get 2 axes. Let's get him an axe. Escape from here. And let's be somebody else here. I'm going to say Sinisak or Doak. I'm going to say Sinisak because it's me. We'll get him an axe. We don't. Oh, you gotta go to the joint funds plan, guys. Or a sword, +1 to hit. Let's mix it up. Let's give him a sword. All right. We have 75 left. We could spend it on something in here, but let's not bother right now. Bow we would have no ammo for. I don't even want to get a grenade right now. It's not worth it right now. So I think we're gonna call it there. I don't know how to move on from here. Is it the trading post? Let's find out. Nope. This trades an item in. I don't know what that is. I don't want to mess with it. Is that how you switch? Is that how we swap? Like, I don't know. Is that how we tell it this is the weapon I want to use? Otherwise, how do we do it when we get into the game? I don't know. If we don't do it here and it needs to be done here, then we're going to have a problem when we get into the game. On the other hand, you might be able to press I for inventory to ready weapons. I don't recall. A little dangerous. I also don't know how to move on from this. Let's try escape. There you go. I guess we're going on. Combat orders, night number 2. We're not going to play the game right now, but let's just take a look. Petrie, Bar, Sikora, Palamedes, and Sad. If we go to the Petrie, you see those things on his back? Those are all lying mouths. He can lie to you and make you do stuff. Petrie is actually one of my most wonderful people in the world. I absolutely love him. Even to this day, we stay in contact. He was an incredible teacher. He was my drama teacher. I loved him. He did lie a lot, like for his own amusement. Bar is a pirate. You can see he's got a peg leg. I think he moves really slow, but he does have that sword. And he also has a derringer he can use at range. Not very accurate. Sometimes might blow up and hurt him too. Sikora we might want to avoid for now. He is a Vulcan. He has the Vulcan death pinch. If he hits you, if he does manage to hit you, I think he just kills you outright. But he has a really hard time hitting you. You might need to roll like double 6s or maybe 11. Maybe he has to roll an 11 on 2 dice. Or maybe a 12 or something. I don't remember what it was. Palamedes does massive, massive damage with that bloody axe of his. Maybe he might have been easy to hit. I'm not sure. A lot of health you can see too. Sad is a were-rat. If she bites you, you get a disease, I believe, or you can get a disease, and you got to use that rad treatment to get rid of it. Like I said, we're not going to play right now, but let's escape from this. Let's try I. So it does list what you have. Let's wait until we get to somebody who has a new weapon. Let's try I. Can we press 2 to go down to axe? There you go. So now he's using the axe. That's how you do that. And let's do the same thing for Sinisac before we start off, and then we'll call it right here. Here's the sword. Oh, I like that graphic change and everything. That's kind of neat, eh? Let's go back to the other one for a second. Yeah, there's that. There's this. Whoops, we want to use 2 sword. All right, there we go. I'm going to call it there, guys, with Q for quit. And we're going to quit to DOS using this. I hope you guys are enjoying this. If not, I mean, there's a million other things you can watch. Even on my channel, there's a million things you can watch. And on YouTube, there's a million things you can watch. But there you go. That would have been in 640 by 480, by the way, 16 colors, mode 12H. The only mode I knew how to work in back in 1991 or 92. I don't quite know when this was made. I think it was 91. I think it was late 91 is when this was initially made. In my first year of university. Whereas we came up with the board game in early 91, which would have been the final semester of my high school career. Alright, that's it. I'm out of here. I'll be back, well, hopefully tomorrow with more of this. I'm enjoying playing it, so I'm going to finish it for sure. And more of Hellband. We're going to put State of Decay 2 on hold until such time as Update 28 comes out and hopefully fixes some bugs. That's it.